Okay. It's December 17th, 2012, 2012. A lot of my family and friends live far, far away. So I thought this would be a great way for them to say hey and see us, and I could say what all's going on and how everybody's doing. Okay, first I want to take a minute to remember the kids in Connecticut.
School shooting.
Yeah, the school shooting. My 12-year-old daughter wanted to make sure she wore something green and white today, but all she could find was a white shirt that had green hearts on it. So she wore that to school today. And what she wanted to do in memory for the kids who lost their lives Friday was she took Christmas angel doll and put it in our window, and she's holding a candle. But I never in my life thought I'd have to tell a child 12 years old what to do if you're ever at school and there's ever shooting. I have to stop and take a minute because that was hard talk. This video is mainly for my sister Tammy, who's far away and I don't get to see her. A lot of y'all don't know me. The old Sandy was a single mom of 4 daughters, assistant manager at a store, had gone back to school. I had planned 2 more tests. I already graduated, got my GED, and was going to go to college to study early childhood development or labor and delivery. Nobody knew that about me. But the real story is, within a matter of months, severe peripheral neuropathy hit, and it took my legs and hands. Kind of had to hit rock bottom, but I hit rock bottom. I thank God the reason he did that was so that he could start fresh and create a new thing. So this is the Sandy I am. All my friends say, "Oh, bless your heart. What happened? Did you have a stroke? Or are you a diabetic? Were you in a car wreck?" None of that. I kind of laugh now. I didn't back then when it was happening, because when your legs become like rubber and you can't open and close your hands, you can't move your feet, you can't feel your feet. You feel a lot of burning, and it feels like you're walking on tap. The neurologist says you'll never walk again. He says your hands will never be used again. Well, it broke my heart some, but I was okay with it because I knew if God's bringing something to me like this, there has to be a great plan for it. And I don't know. It's just so awesome to think now the way I was when it hit, how devastating it was. The first year, I can remember I couldn't get up off a couch because there was no nerve control in my lower leg. So the only way I could get up off a couch was to let myself slide down to the floor. I'd crawl where I needed to go, and then I'd try to pull myself up holding doorknobs and stuff. That was pretty rough. Stuff like how to hold a coffee pot. The morning the nerve damage hit my wrist, I remember I was standing in the kitchen. Had to get the kids up for school, but I wanted my morning coffee first. Well, I was standing at the counter holding on because my legs weren't totally gone yet. And the coffee pot was finished, so I reached up to grab the coffee pot. And I went like I usually do to pour it, and my wrist just went like that. And I almost busted a whole pot of coffee, so I grabbed it with the other hand, burning it to hold on. By the way, this is what my hands look like now. I can't remember what it's like to open my hands or how. As assistant manager, I had to do a lot of writing and counting money. Well, today I have no idea how I did that. I can't remember. Some of the nerve damage caused short-term memory loss. Well, I just went through a whole year of tears and trying to figure out why this was happening to me. But the question has never been, God did this to me. It's always been, I know this is happening to me, but there's a reason it's happened to me. And it's not for me to question why it happened to me. God knows why. So, I had to step back from the life I had going at that time, which means letting my girls go live with their daddy and stepmom. And I spent a year or two visiting them. And in that year or two visiting them back and forth, I took time to teach myself how to hold an ink pen. It's very messy at first, messy handwriting, worse than my 12-year-old. I started at night, while nobody was watching me, I would practice writing my name. Over and over, page after page, I'd write my name. And when I became good at writing my name, I would write my favorite Bible verses down. When it got where I could write one whole verse at a time, I'd keep searching the Bible for something else that just caught my eye, and I'd write that. Well, the hardest thing now is you never know the little things in life, like a wrapper. How hard it is to open a wrapper when there's no strength in your fingers, and you grab a hold and you can't, there's no strength in the wrist, so you can't pull it apart. It's funny now because I've tried. You gotta laugh because life's too stressful without laughter, and there is humor in everything. If I could have had a video back then where I couldn't walk and I was crawling around the house trying to clean, I'd honestly laugh at myself right now. But the most amazing thing is that I never gave up. It is, all this started in 2005, 2006. And it's 2012 now that neurologist said I would never use my hands again. Well, I'd like to see him because this year, not only did I fill out Christmas cards with my own handwriting, for the very first time since 05 and 06, I was able to get my power chair, take all the Christmas cards I filled out myself. I went uptown to the post office, went in the post office, and actually mailed a Christmas card for the very first time. I don't know, to anybody else that just seems like something no big deal, but to me, it was just amazing. Filling out Christmas cards for people, just to know that maybe when they open the card and they see my handwriting, maybe they would smile and think how God is so good and how He never left me. Within that first hard year without my kids, not only did I work on my handwriting, I taught myself how to do the things I could do, and I had to make peace with the things that I cannot do. Like zippers. Who would have knew zippers, buttons, and snaps would be such a pain? I can't open tin cans. That's frustrating. I don't know. This video might not even mean anything to anybody, but if you're ever become disabled, maybe me sitting here by the Christmas tree might touch somebody. Maybe somebody might even smile. Because the main idea behind this whole video is just how awesome God is. How much God loves us. How He never leaves us. Life is an incredible, incredible journey. It is so worth the trip. I like to keep making these videos and maybe adding them to my YouTube or on my Facebook. To my sister Tammy, Jeff, and her family. I wish I could see you, sister. I miss you. And as I clean house today, I'm thinking of you. I hope you see this video, sister. I really hope you do. I love you. My hand on your heart. My hand on your heart.